Hello, today we're going to talk about the best budget deck in Magic the Gathering Old School. We'll start with Sol Ring. Next we have 4 copies of Serra Angel, one of the best creatures in the format, just like Armageddon. 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. 4 copies of Swords to Plowshares. 4 copies of Disenchant. 2 copies of Dreamdine Stone. 4 copies of Armageddon. 2 copies of Tetrabus. 'Balance'. Which one do you like better? This is cheaper. One Maze of It. 4 copies of Felwar Stone. Regrowth. 1 Strip Mine. 12 Forests. 11 Plains. So this deck is a budget variant for Armageddon. So white is the best color, at least the best standalone color, and green has access to mana acceleration, also mana dork that survives Armageddon, Armageddon, and you all know very well the combo, or at least the synergy between Armageddon and Armageddon. Also, I want to add more copies of big creatures like Tetrabus. I feel like this card is more consistent than Juggernaut, even though it's admittedly slower, but I feel like this deck has very few creatures and you want them to be as consistent and as reliable as possible. I don't want something like Juggernaut that goes down to a lightning bolt. Each and every single card is played in at least one tier 1 deck in old school. Also, you don't want to play Mishra's Factory because the mana base is so frail without Savannahs and City of Brass. So for now, and also Birds of Paradise, that is going to fix your mana base. But for now, this is a budget deck. You can buy this deck with 80 euros if you live in Europe. So yeah, for now, you cannot allow yourself to use lands that produce colorless mana. So let's go to the sideboard. So first of all, we have 4 Savannah Lions. These cards are good against decks that answer your creatures with removal spells. They're not good against decks that answer creatures with bigger creatures. So they belong to the sideboard, in my opinion. Next we have 3 copies of Wrath of God that is going to answer your opponent's creatures, also creatures with protection from white. This is helpful against decks that are faster than yours, like mono white aggro. 2 copies of Circle of Protection Red, for obvious reasons. 2 copies of Tranquility, so you can get rid of Gloom. And at last, 2 copies of Juggernaut, which is okay against non-red decks, and that also helps against Gloom. Spirit Link and Divine Offering are also reasonable options for this deck, and they're both used in more competitive decks. As other options we have Whirling Dervish, but I don't trust the mana base we have right now. You need to add Land Tax, Birds of Paradise, City of Brass, possibly even Sylvan Library. These cards make the mana base more consistent and you can trust it, so you're going to have double green on turn 2 more often than not. Also, there are other creatures like Elvish Archers or Ocean Pixies. So yeah, in the future we're going to take a look at the evolution for this deck as your card pool grows and as you unlock more expensive cards. For now, I feel like this is the best you can do with like 80 euros or something. You're going to have good cards that you're going to use anyway in the future. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this list and see you the next time.